Hi, welcome to Top Grumps, the show where we aggressively rank off your favourite characters or movies from pop culture. I'm one of your hosts, Lee, and I'm joined by our other host, Kris. Hello, Kris.
All right. It's weird being back. Someone hijacked the channel, the Top Grumps last week, didn't they?
No, that didn't happen. No, we were off last week. Nothing happened last week. Don't check the playlist. Nothing's there. Whatever's there is non-canon. Today we're here to review Tokyo Gore Police. This came up on Chris's wheel last time we recorded, and honestly, what the fuck? Right, so before you explain what this film is, or describe the plot of the film, or whatever you want to do, we're just going to let you do it whilst I play this video of my reaction to the movie. Like, this is a legit reaction. I just put my phone on whilst I was watching this. It's not set up or anything. So, Kris, explain away.
Tokyo Gore Police set in a future world vision of Tokyo where the police have been privatised and bitter self-mutilation is so casual that adverts are often put on the telly towards the cutter demographic. This is follows samurai sword-wielding Ruka and her mission to avenge her father's assassination. She's a policewoman, and she's also fighting these things called engineers, who, when they have limbs cut off or something, it grows back as like a set of teeth, or a machine gun, or a giant box cutter, something like that. The story doesn't matter because I had to read that from IMDb because the stories are crap that you just instantly forget it.
I had to stay awake and watch this because I knew we were doing it today and I didn't have a chance to watch it, so I had to stay up. Started watching this at like 12 o'clock last night or something like that. I was knackered. Honestly, I think there's anything else that I would rather stay awake for and force myself through the pain of not having sleep. Like, extreme ball torture would have been nicer to force myself to stay awake through than watch this film.
Well, I know we talked about it, but next episode we are doing extreme ball torture live.
That's the one Paul's on, isn't it? He thinks it's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. But no, this film was like I just felt this film was so bad. I did pay attention to the whole thing and I didn't lose track of what was going on. Like it's like a car wreck when you're driving past and it's like there's something gruesome going on and it's so bad that you don't want to look, but also you can't look away because you might miss something that you can just be like, why? What the fuck is going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what you mean because the only appeal to this film, because I'd originally, as a 12, 13-year-old Kris, used to like go around HMV and I used to look for weird films like this to watch in the like Asian film part or the weird foreign film section. And this came up and I was like, this is mental. I couldn't remember what the story was because it doesn't actually matter. The only reason I watched it was for the weird special effects and gore in it. It's like, do you know,
special effects.
Seen the band? Effects.
So
have you ever seen the band Gore?
I know of Gore, but I've never. Or Gore? Is it Gore? Or
Gore? GWAR.
Yeah.
That's the kind of level we're working with here.
Right.
Special effects wise.
So at the beginning, I'm sure it's meant to be in slow motion, some of the bits, but they haven't put a slow motion effect on. They're just walking very slow and like she's bending down to pick her sword up very slowly. And the worst part is the gore. The gore's the worst part of the special effects. Like, so there's one guy grabs her arse while she's on a train. So she drags him off the train and chops his hands off. And he's standing with his hands, well, no hands in the air, like, ah! and they're just spraying, and blood doesn't spray out like that. It would be coming out sort of fast-ish, but it goes with like the beat of your pulse, and it'll like squirt like. All the blood in like this film is as if someone's just got a pressure washer and went, let's put it on max surface spray. So it goes. It's ridiculous.
That's why I love it.
And it's
I know you're saying shit, but that's why I do like it. It's just that shit, it's good.
And was this written, like you're saying, I watched this when I was like 12, 13. I think this was written by somebody that was that age. Like two teenagers sitting, like, that have gotten into like the dad's gummy stash or something like that, and they're on a bit of a high, and they're going, oh, let's write a film. Oh, do you know what would be really good? Imagine if you lost your eyes and they got replaced with guns. That is an actual scene in this film. Somebody gets the top of his head chopped off, and he grows guns for eyes. One guy gets his dick bit off, and it grows back as a big fleshy gun.
Yeah, looks like a dog's lipstick as well, doesn't it?
It does. It's horrible. That's the scene that was on when I recorded myself. Like, as soon as that like dick gun came out, I was like, I'm pausing this. I'm recording myself for this bit. And just as the scene goes on, that video of me, I look angrier and angrier going on through that. I didn't mean to. It was that was my legit reaction.
Yeah. And I need to find more films like this to put on the wheel just to see your bad reactions.
I don't think you can beat this.
Oh, yeah. I'll have a word with Sarah because she loves crap films.
And the other week when I was like redoing the background for this, and I was like, oh, what films would you like on your side of your screen? And you were like, one of them, you said Tokyo Gore Police. So that's the one that's in that top right corner there. And when I was watching this, it was like, all right, this should be good because I think it's one of Chris's favourite films if he suggested this is a picture. And I kind of lost a bit of faith in you. I was like, why is Kris suggesting this film?
Oh, it's amazing.
Horrible.
It's the story shit, the special effects are shit, but that's why it's good. It's like, do you never like something because it's so bad?
Not really.
Yeah,
but not with films. I don't think. Like this was just so bad. It just passes into a new. It's crossed over the line into just the worst place possible. Starting to think that you've got some kind of vendetta against us now. It's like, oh, Lee watched this film, and then like, oh, I'm the biggest Dragon Ball fan now, not Lee. I've got my new Dragon Ball hoodie on. I've got my new Dragon Ball t-shirt on. Look, I bought this other Dragon Ball t-shirt. I would have more Dragon Ball t-shirts, but unfortunately you've got access to more because the kids department have more Dragon Ball tots.
All right. That's how it is.
Look, I'm the #1 Dragon Ball fan. Look at me. I'm the biggest Monsters Up North fan with me little new merchandise on my microphone.
Have you
now
not got Monsters Up
available
North?
at bleedingmarvelous.com. Nice little.
Is that
plug
like
there.
an anti-plug? A spite plug, that?
No, Monsters Up North is amazing. It's a good thing to represent. But don't be stealing me Dragon Ball stuff. I'm the Dragon Ball guy. Let's just settle that right now. Okay. Just wait until me and Phoebe start our anime club 2.0.
Oh, what anime are you watching, like?
Dragon Ball and One Piece.
And that's it.
Should we start having a look at the stuff on the card as well?
Yeah, of course.
We haven't heard from Big Trev for a while. We need to get back on with him as well because we haven't had any sponsors from him for a while. That's not a hint. I haven't got something ready, by the way.
Oh, right.
No, but we'll have to have a word with Big Trev, see what he's up to now. So,
well, I'll send him a message because he's always looking for new business ideas and advertising stuff. So you'll start something by next week.
He's always coming up with some horrific ideas. I turned down his idea for his shit pants, which is basically just carrier bag pants that like tie around your ankles and it just makes sure nothing leaks out the bottom. I thought that might not be the best sponsor to have on Top Grumps.
Now that we've gone podcast.
Yeah. Now we're a podcast. We have to be a bit more classy.
Yeah. I'll make it a bit more classy for him.
Right. So, best quote. What have you got for your best quote of this film, if there is one?
Right. Sorry, my Japanese isn't very good, so I'll not. So, do you know the police guy that has his knob bitten off?
Yeah.
So, just before, just after he gets his knob bitten off, the lass tries to kill him with alligator legs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, like...
which is like...
He shoots her after she bites his dick off. Like, this is why he shoots her and she grows alligator legs.
Yeah, so she's coming at him, like, bum shuffling towards him with her legs going like that down the corridor. So he's had his arm taken off, and he somehow gets his severed hand, which is holding his gun, inside her mouth, inside her alligator mouth. And he goes in a weird... It was jarring because it's a Japanese film. I was watching it in subtitles, but he says this in really bad English. He goes, "Take this."
Yeah. And he pulls the little nail to pull the finger on his gun.
There's a little tendon hanging out the side of his severed arm, and he pulls it, and that makes his finger contract and shoot her. It's just take this.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yourself?
I really struggled because there's not many good quotes in this film, but
no,
I'm just going to go for one of the stupidest things. So they have adverts all the way through this film where it's like, "Oh, hey, buy these new wrist cutters. Cut your wrists with style." And it's like teenage girls just slashing themselves. But there's one where it's anti-harikiri. So they're trying to stop people from committing suicide, and it's going, what is it? Harikiri is suicide. Oh no, stop the harikiri. Harikiri is suicide. That's the quote. And it's like, oh yeah, great, harikiri suicide. Also, water is fucking wet. Don't stab yourself, you'll die.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you mean, because he puts a knife inside himself and his guts come flying out like,
oh,
way.
Yeah. I forgot about that. So best character. Tiny Satan. Can you remember Tiny Satan?
That's exactly what I've got. Tiny Japanese Danny DeVito.
Yeah. It's like Satan. He's got his little horns and he's like 4 foot tall, and he's dressed like a vicar who's also a part-time pimp.
Yes.
He doesn't have any lines. Just that guy like dies and goes to hell or something, and Tiny Satan comes out and he's like, hands him this like little fleshy tumor, and then he wakes up. I don't understand that part of the film, but I was like, this guy didn't have to see anything, which is a good thing in this film. He got paid to just be there.
Yeah, because part of the story is just like, where did the engineers come from? And spoiler or whatever, the main character, her father was the old chief of police before it was all privatized, and he was against it being privatized, so he was assassinated. And the main villain at the start of the film, his dad was hired to assassinate her. He assassinates her dad, and then the guy who hired him to assassinate her dad killed him in a weird graphic thing. And then he's just like, ever since then, I injected myself with all of the DNA from all of the evilest killers. He's got like Ed Gein's
Charles Manson
bodily fluids. Yeah. And then he's like, and I blacked out in a weird killer rage, and then he hallucinates he's at a door, and this tiny little Danny DeVito devil comes and gives him a tumor key.
Like, hi,
and
this film needs a plot, have this.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is the caliber.
I've slated this film, but like it does deliver on the fact that it's called Tokyo Gore Police, and it is just 100% gore from start to finish. I will give it that, but it's I don't know what else to say about it without just going on an absolute rant and shouting "what the fuck" a million times. So did you say Tiny Satan's your favourite as well?
Yeah, I've got to be.
What about worst character?
The main lass. I can't even remember her name because it's just shit. There's throughout the whole film, right? In a normal film, there's like character development. She shows no emotion. She turns into an engineer at the end, which is about the only change that she goes through. And she's just boring. She kills people in that, but it's just like,
yeah. I don't think she has many lines in the film as well for a main character.
If she does, they're very forgettable.
Yeah. That opening scene is ridiculous as well. Like, she gets out the car and there's an engineer on the top of a skyscraper. But she points a bazooka to the floor and shoots herself into the air with it. That's not
the most
how that
interesting
works.
thing she does in the film.
Realistically, she would shoot that, it would explode, and she would die. That would have been a better film. The end.
If you notice that, do you know how he has a chainsaw arm? The mutant on top of the building. You notice that's never even turned on. It is.
Oh yeah.
Chainsaws are meant to turn. It's just like getting slapped with a bit of polystyrene.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Worst character.
My worst character, I've put Dick Gunn. I don't know his name.
Right.
Dick Gunn. Because, like you said, it's like a dog's lipstick, isn't it? It's like, but 100 times bigger. And he's just strutting around with it out. And he's shooting police officers with it. And it's just something that, I'm happy to watch gory stuff or, like, disturbing things. Like, I've got a bit of a warped mind. But this was just... Like that again, this was past the line. It was like just abnormal. Like, I don't want to see a 30-inch penis firing while he's strutting around like, oh, look at me. Like you and Jake, like finding some guy in the gym locker room, as I'm sure you guys do now.
We'll always do that, yeah. When we're Dragon Ball Z merch. To me, to you.
Gym bros up north. Coming soon. What have we got next? I should just look at the card. Best death. What was... there's not really a best death in this. They're all stupid. But I've got two. So the first one is the child killer. So it's not even like in the film, like as part of the storyline. It's just like a flashback to the police being formed or whatever. And they've got this guy on the floor where there's two police holding his arms, so he's like that. And he's knelt on the floor. And there's like about 4 or 5 other police officers with machine guns just going... And all of them just unload about 30 rounds each at this guy. And meanwhile, because their special effects are so shit, it just goes boom, 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 boom. And he's got 5 bullet holes in him. And it's like, where did these other... 145 bullets go? How did you not hit these other guys at the side if your aiming's that bad? Where are the holes in the floor? Did you accidentally shoot into the sky? What happened to the bullets? And the second one, which is even worse, is when our dad dies, and it shows you the flashback of that. And the assassin has this tiny little gun. It's pretty much, like Murtaugh in Lethal Weapon, he's got like that tiny little like police officer's like revolver thing.
Yeah.
Or even Will Smith's cricket gun from Men in Black. It's about that big. And he shoots him. The bullet's probably only about that big in these guns. And his head explodes into a flower. And he looks like a demigorgon from Stranger Things. And it's like that. Sometimes those bullets aren't even shot powerful enough or big enough to penetrate the skull. Like, he's lucky if he even just got knocked out or killed. Never mind his head turned into a flower.
Mm.
So yeah, one of those.
I agree. But my best death, right, is obviously because everyone dies in such a weird and wonderful way in this. I thought, what is the weirdest and the wonderfulest? And mine was, do you see one of the adverts where the family was playing like Wii Fit?
Yeah.
So basically what the police have done, where they've been privatised, there was some sort of criminal and the victim's family have got like a Wii game set up where they're controlling a sword in real life through the telly. And they're executing this guy, and like grandma's having a go, the little grandkids having a go, and then the mom comes in and goes, straight through the head.
I don't know why she did that. Like, she could have made him suffer a lot more. Like, if this guy's like tortured your family or whatever, make him suffer.
Yeah.
She just like put him out of his misery. Sorry,
that's not what you would have done.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting a little bit sadistic. I'll calm down. It's probably just the rage.
Where's
of
the
this
lemon
film.
juice button?
Yeah, pour salt. What is next? Best moment. What have you got for your best moment?
Oh, right. Best moment. Do you want to go first on this?
Oh, mine's easy. When it ended. I couldn't go to bed. I didn't have to watch that film anymore.
Oh, well, we're doing the director's whole series now. He's only directed this, I think. He's a makeup artist, you know. A visual effects artist.
It's not a very good one.
He did that, what's that Netflix series where loads of different directors come together? Faces of Death or something? Or ABCs of Death?
Oh, God. I've seen that. That's terrible.
But anyway, my best moment was probably... It's the weirdest moment I thought in the film, was when the guy with the guns for eyes is talking to the main character, and he is explaining through drawings. He's got this little pad thing like this, and he's hand drew all of these things of his dad dying and of her dad dying, and the main character given the plot, and it just goes from drawing, and then it's just like, oh yes, and then my father was killed in like this crude drawing, and then skips to like the next scene, where his head just opens like a flower blooming.
Yeah,
same as the other dad. I just thought it was weird.
I'm just laughing at like trying to have this serious discussion about what do you think was the best moment, and it's starting with, well, the guy with guns for eyes. It's like, that's not a normal way to start something. So last one, awkward boner.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, you go first on this one. What's your awkward boner moment?
Right. It's a similar kind of scene plays. So there's a time where one of the police officers goes to like what they're called, a brothel.
My awkward boner moment is in the same place. I'm wondering if we've got the same thing.
So it's the snail girl.
That was a close second for me.
Right.
But go on, explain the snail girl.
Basically they go in and it's kind of like you're bidding for them. So they have these pole dancer poles, but they've got curtains around them, and the main pimp person removes the curtains and it's just like, look, here's number 3. And someone will be like, I'll have number 3, and then they go to the back room, whatever. And all of them are weird, where there's one of them where it's like a chair that pisses on you. One of them is a snail woman with shells on her nipples and a big. It's weird, yeah. But that whole concept, it's weird.
It's just disturbing. So mine is the piss chair. So
right.
So the piss chair. So once they've like done the first 3 and they've all been bid for, the unveil this like it's their masterpiece. It's like, here is our magnum opus, and they've managed to get someone where it's just a body that has been turned into a chair. It's got no head. It's attached to some kind of life support thing with like tubes going into it, keeping it alive, and it's sort of breathing a little bit, blood still pumping. And it's a woman because, well, I'm assuming it's a woman, but like I thought, oh, well, at least they've covered our modesty because you can't see the vagina. I'll keep it classy and say the normal terms. And I thought they'd like put some kind of like red heart in front of it. But no, it was just a genitals like inside out shaped into a heart. And then everyone's like, oh, yay, this is amazing. And then it just starts pissing on the crowd. And you just see like it open up and just juice come out and everyone is covered. And yeah, that would definitely be the most awkward boner moment for somebody to get turned on by that.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
When we started this 32 episodes ago, I didn't think I would be talking about a prolapsed piss chair on stream.
No, I think we're on track.
Before we do the final Grump rank, I'm going to have to just read out my notes. I have posted this in a few places already just to say, look what Kris has made us watch. These are the notes I made during this film. Chainsaw hand, amputee gimp, Prozzy in a box, Demigorgon, Atten fucks a snail girl, prolapsed piss chair, gun eyes, dick bite. Oh my god, his dick is a gun. Crocodile legs, acid nipples, fist bazooka, blood-powered rocket legs. that blood-powered rocket legs is just weird as well, man. Like, just fighting the commissioner guy at the end, chops his legs off, and he injects himself with something that makes the blood spray out harder and faster, enough to make him levitate off the floor with rocket-powered blood legs. And he starts flying at her like M. Bison in the end of Street Fighter. Having some kind of samurai fight while he's dressed as like some kind of robo-samurai thing as well.
You're only still in the film, Molly.
Do you know what? Those notes sound better than the film actually is. But, yeah, what would...
Have you mentioned the guy that eats cockroaches?
Oh, yeah, the guy on the train just eating cockroaches and maggots and stuff. That was the most normal bit of the film.
He wasn't even a mutant or anything. He was just having a bit of crack.
What would you rate this film then for the Grump rank out of 5?
1.5.
I would say 1 is the lowest you can go, so I'm going to give it a 1.
Right.
So overall, it's going to be a 1.25. I don't think we're going to get lower than that, but we'll see. I think if you only gave it a 1.5 just so you can prove that there is a worse film than this, when we'll both give it a 1.
My quest now is to try on my wheel to get the worst film.
I mean, I have found some pretty bad trailers because I think we're going to do some video at some point where we look at shit trailers and try and rate them and see what people have said about them online, compare our ratings or whatever. I've found some pretty bad ones for that, but this is a top contender for that. Oh my god. Well, thank you for giving me the chance to experience this, Kris.
Thanks for actually watching it.
I have to. If it comes up on the wheel, it has to be watched. At least next week, we'll be returning to a bit more class with Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade. And Paul is going to be joining us for that.
It belongs in a museum.
Also, thank you. I know I took the piss out of them at the beginning, but thank you very much to Sarah and Becca for doing top wonks last week.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do it, but it was really nice that you did. Thank you for taking care of our show for the week. And you're now official Top Grumps, and you always will be.
Hey.
Top Grump.
That means I can't take them again for anything or in the war that we've got with them in the Discord.
That wasn't my plan all along. It's just a bonus.
Yeah, they did an amazing job.
Have you got anything else that you want to add or anything you would like to plug?
Oh, yeah, right, because I'm shit at plugging. Right. This comes out on Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
Yes.
Normally. So, on the Friday after this, on Friday at 6 o'clock, me and Phoebe will be talking about Vash, the Stampede, Trigun Stampede, the newer series, on Anime Club.
Amazing.
I'll be doing Twitch on the Friday, or Saturday, which I am this week. Whatever game that is. That's all I've got to plug.
Right.
Not myself personally, but there's loads to join the Discord, Facebook, got Monster Mondays, and there's Action April, isn't there?
Yeah. I don't know what the episode after this episode of Top Grumps will be. I don't know what date this comes out. It'll come out on like the 25th or something like that, which means that the next episode of the main Nerdy Up North thing might be Laurel and Hardy, I think.
Yes.
With the classic. They're starting off with Laurel and Hardy because every month Paul and Sammy are covering a classic film from back in the day, usually something in the black and white era. From Paul's day. Not Sammy's. Sammy's still young. Sammy's in her 20s. Love you, Sammy. And then they'll be commencing with Action April, where that's just going to be a hell of a month because they've got some amazing guests on for every single action film that month.
Oh, who is guesting on there, Lee?
I don't know, but just go and check it out each Sunday and see who it is. He's a very handsome chap. Yeah. Okay, amazing. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Go and follow us on all social media. And don't be a grump, be a top grump. Bye.
Hey. Bye.
Top Grumps! Top Grumps! The bad boys and none are back again. You won't catch us scoring out of 10. And we will rank everyone till we rank off you all. It's the show